I was on um, Instagram earlier and did a story about how I missed my dad. And, I've come here before talking about my dad and his fucked upness. But today's story is going to be a little different. I miss him. And I didn't, fully grasp. Jokingly, I say, "Oh yeah, I miss my dad," and I say jokingly, but with all seriousness, yeah, I miss my dad. There are moments where I have like, there's the running joke, like girls, women, full women, I call them, that their dads are in their lives, and can still pick up the phone and call him. They, my dad would never allow. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to do that. It's just I didn't realize how much I missed him until within the last couple of years. Um, I it's not that my mother didn't do a good job. I had my dad up until I was 10. He was, tragically taken from me us some years back, and I would like to believe if that accident never happened, my 90-year-old plus dad would still be around. As crazy as that sounds, that's what I believed. Um, and so going through what I call the motions in therapy, we delved and dug into um, missing him, and I legit just didn't. I guess because I'm getting older and how my life has shifted a little bit, and so not that before I wasn't thinking about settling down and having a family and the white picket fence and doing all the things that couples do, but I did that and I surpassed it. I kind of put it on the back burner and now I'm there again. Like I'm ready to settle down. I think I found the one, and you go through all the emotions, and then y'all have the inevitable conversation about um getting married, and do you want kids, do you want more kids, or whatever the case, something to further the relationship. And though I don't have the type of relationship with my mother where we talk about relationships. She's not in a relationship, hasn't been in a relationship going on 20 years. So um it's an awkward conversation we just don't have. So it that's one of the times that I wish I could call my dad and be like, and run shit past him, and I can't. Again, not because I don't have male figures in my life to run shit past, but it's different coming from your dad. I mean, it just is. And my dad was my hero. My dad was Santa Claus. Like, I never believed in the quote unquote, fairy tale Santa Claus. I knew my dad was Santa Claus because he would put on a Santa suit. He was a big guy. And so, like, he was my hero until he wasn't. And I, slowly faded him out of my existence, for lack of a better word, until I'm starting to settle down again. And I want to do my daddy would never have me. My daddy would always do. Like, I don't have those things. And so I don't get to pick up the phone and go retrieve some old message from him. Like, I didn't reach teenage years with my dad. I was a preteen when my dad died. So I didn't go through the whole teenage angst with my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't learn about heartbreak and the birds and the bees from my dad. Not that I didn't from my mom, and the little that she told me was enough. Um, but there's still some, things. Again, that's what prompted the whole therapy session, because I was like, why aren't things happening for me the way that they're happening for other couples? And not to compare, but it bothers me at times, and so I have to be honest because this is therapy, and um and it stems from me not having a quote unquote father figure, again, because I have males in my life that I could, turn to, or whatever the case may be, in situational things, but um it's nothing like that father figure. um I can't pick up the phone and call him. I can't, just pop past his house just cuz. We can't meet up for, lunch, dinner, or breakfast. Like, he'll never get to meet. And, I believe in the spirit world, and so I know spiritually he has met my children. But my children don't know who my dad is. My dad was a very awesome guy to me, until I found out how not awesome he was to everybody else. And so it's just, it's kind of just, excuse me, it's just a little harder, um, navigating the dating world, navigating relationships, that you want to be your forever, and you don't have, quote unquote, both sides of what made you, the coin. Um, I could talk to my grandfather. Isn't Neither one of my grandfathers are alive, and so even that, like, I don't. My uncles are cool, but I didn't grow up with them. I don't know them, and no, no. Uh, so I miss my dad. That's today's truth. That's what it is. That's what it's all. That's what it. The relationship stupidity that I have. The underlying is, I didn't have a male to guide me in what to do or don't. You know what I'm saying? I legit have had to learn my way, um, coming coming from a male's perspective. I'm a firm believer in, when an argument or a discourse arises, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes, and see how they, may feel. I mean, you don't have to agree with it. 9 times out of 10, well, no, because I'm learning discernment. I am not learning. I am practicing, discernment. Um, it's not a 9 times out of 10. I'm not, listening. I'm absorbing, and because, not that I didn't know before, but I digestively know it now, is that because of all of our walks of life, and because we all, came up differently, how we all perceive our fathers and the role that they play in our lives matters. It just does, and especially black fathers. Um, it's I miss my dad. I wish he was here to give me some encouraging words. I wish he was here so I could do the whole, TikTok. My daddy would do it. My daddy. Like, I wish all of that. Miss my dad. He will never get to walk me down the aisle. Like, not that my mother isn't good enough, but every girl's dream is for, daddy to walk them down the aisle. And yes, I am getting on in age, and I know that it's so cliche, but fuck that. I want my daddy to walk me down the aisle. Um, it's just a lot. I don't know what, and again, nothing really triggered it. I've been in and out of a relationship for quite some time now. So that's not it. I've I've had the feeling of wanting him around even before the homeless epidemic happened. So yeah, I miss my dad. He's not there to go with me. I'm going to purchase my first brand new car in 2022. I don't know when in 2022, but I'm going to do that. It's going to, that's what I'm going to do. And he's not there for me to go with me to the dealership. I gotta ask one of my guy friends to go with me, or ask my dude to go with me, or hell, my mom. Not no funny shit. My mama is a good, you know, she be getting the discounts and shit. I might take my mama with me, but again, today's truth may not be your truth, but I miss my daddy, and it's mine. Mine is mine is mine. I really didn't think I was missing this much after all these years, but I wish I could pick up the phone and call him.